Yes, our little home in the mountains here. You know, it's interesting being married to somebody who's almost on the total opposite spectrum from me in terms of politics and all the different sort of spectrums that follow politics, gun control, libertarian, all that stuff. She's almost on the total opposite spectrum from me, and it gives me that balance. You know, when you have somebody that you love and you respect, as mother of your children, and that you die protecting, right? But they don't agree with you about hardly anything. It really teaches you, in my mind, a sense of empathy and a modicum of restraint in the way that you express yourself to other people. Because a lot of people, if they don't like Obama, or they love guns, or they think the Second Amendment's awesome, or whatever, anybody that disagrees with them is a retard, you know, and a libtard, or a typical liberal, or a typical progressive, or whatever the thing is. And the fact is that there's no typical anything about Americans. And for us to polarize ourselves on two sides of an aisle like it was black and white is ridiculous. And it's very frustrating to me when I see some of the comments on YouTube and other forums where everybody has a knee-jerk response to everything, and it's either pro or for or against. You're either for it or against it. It's either awesome or it's total shit, you know. And it's just not like that in the real world. Real life is not like that. There's no completely awesome anything. There's nothing particularly awesome about sharing a house with 3 other people, you know, because you're constantly fixing stuff and cleaning up messes, and people are getting in each other's way and doing things to annoy each other, and you learn to live together, okay? And that's what makes America, is us learning to live together. We may not all get along. We may not all agree. We may not all have the same point of view, but we all get along, and that's what makes us American. And that's one of the things that scares me the most about President Obama. Because President Obama has this idea that he's right and that we're wrong. If we don't agree with him, we're wrong. He's right, we're wrong. There's no validity in his mind for a pro-gun America, despite the fact that America was founded on the right to own guns, and that's what made America. And then the fact is that all gun control in the beginning was based on tyranny. It was based on racism. Some of the original gun control laws were based on keeping black people away from guns, because the Klansmen and other racists wanted to keep them slaves even though they had been freed. The fact is that America is different than every other nation on earth because of our ability to own guns. And because we have guns, our government should be afraid of stepping on our dick nerve one too many times, okay? Because we're not a democracy, we are a republic. And we are not about, you know, the lowest common denominator choosing our path. You know, we have elected representatives that are supposed to carry out our will. And if they don't, they're supposed to hear from us, and we're supposed to let them know that we're not happy about them carrying out our will. And what worries me about President Obama is he's constantly sidestepping our republic. He wants it to be some sort of corporate monarchy. You know, he's paid off the Wall Street fat cats. He's getting the insurance guys rich now, you know. He's helping Big Pharma make a gazillion billion dollars, you know. And he's not going to be happy until it's some sort of weird collectivist, insectoid type of society where we're all some sort of hive mind. And whatever the queen bee says, whatever king bee says, then we all just go and do whatever king bee says. Well, that's not America. It's not how we were formed, it's not what we're about, and it's not where we should be. And we need to let our representatives know how we feel, okay? So if you feel that guns should be banned, or it should be really super hard to get guns, or guns should be looked at as some sort of a criminal thing, hey, well then let your representative know that. You're right as an American to voice your opinion, and let your representative know. And if you feel strongly and you're worried about your Second Amendment rights, your First Amendment rights, your Fourth Amendment rights, your 10th Amendment rights being trampled upon by all these executive orders, then again, let your representatives know. Contact them. Now's the time, because I feel that we're in one of the tipping points. I like to think of it as a tipping point. I don't really want to say paranoid phrases like Alex Jones or, you know, these other doomsayers out there. I really feel that it's necessary to keep a level head at this time and to communicate clearly and without a lot of anger in your voice. Okay, but I am concerned and worried and somewhat afraid that we're going to have our rights even further trampled upon by this president that doesn't think that that we have a voice. He thinks that if there shouldn't be he thinks there shouldn't be guns, and he's upset and he's mad and he's frustrated and he's angry, and he wants to use every excuse to take that issue on before he gets out. He's like a, I don't know, I kind of think of him as like a little baby throwing a tantrum, you know. He's hammering his heels and his fists against the floor, laying on the back, crying at the top of his lungs because nobody's giving him his way. And the reason we're not giving him his way is because it's not the American way, okay? Obama's way is not the American way. You know, I had great hopes when he was first elected. I mean, anybody would be better than George W. Bush. And I thought to myself, anybody's got to be better than Romney, who's just a corporate tool. But, you know, the fact is we don't have a whole lot of choices out there these days. We don't have a lot of reasonable people out there to lead our nation. We don't have people that are electable, you know. And so we end up with these tools, these puppets, that basically just carry forth the agendas and policies of unelected officials and bureaucrats. And so it's up to us to dig our heels in and keep America America by letting our representatives know how we feel. So I strongly encourage you, regardless how you feel about it, to get more active politically. Become a political activist in your own neighborhood politely, and understand that the American way is not necessarily your way. It's not my way. It's our way. Thanks a lot for watching, guys, and keep the Republic strong.